They reject the silver price for a reason. They, who are they? Quite frankly, the financial elites, mainstream media, and even Main Street USA. I've been investing in silver since 2010. Today I noticed a post on Wall Street Silver. How many people have heard of Wall Street Silver? Quite a movement, actually. It started around 2020. All around this. Silver. This was the post today. As we see gold going up 1.2%, or $26 an ounce, CNBC has a story. It says gold climbs as cooling inflation bolsters Fed rate cut bets. There's the post. There's the gold quote. Up, 1.2%? Look at how much silver is up at the same time. 3.2. Well over double. Yet why doesn't CNBC bring up silver? The truth is, because people are afraid. We have gut feelings inside. We truly know what is right and what is wrong. Yet we are so swayed as humans by the masses. Call it being non-confident, insecure. I saw a post today on one of my videos. Now think about this. The video was about silver to see the highest deficit in 20 years this year. That was the video I did. I just got a comment a minute ago, about 5 minutes ago. This is the comment. Wannabe financiers, tarot readers, selling silver for the past 4 years to naive, fearful investors. Same for gold. Zero finance or economics knowledge. You know, the last time I checked, and put it down below if it wasn't silver about 4 years ago, $15 an ounce? This stuff. $15 an ounce, I believe. Maybe it was close to 16. And as we're making this video, it's about to cross over to $30. And you have people that are so whacked in the mind. They would say there's no economics knowledge with the people that bought it. This is absolutely mind-blowing. But you see, the reason why I think there's such a fear of this metal, not only for all the reasons in the world to own it because of all of the use cases for it, but I believe this is, no joke, the difference between good and evil. When you look at a dollar bill or any of our currency, it is covered with satanic symbols, propaganda. Sure, it says in God we trust, but what God are they talking about? I was going through some of the different uses for silver, and it just blows my mind that I believe that in my lifetime, and I'm curious what you think, in the next 20 years, I'm going to make a bold prediction. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude, the bro hawking a dream. I believe you're going to see an ounce of silver worth more than an ounce of gold. I was standing in front of I was at the National Silver Symposium, and I'm standing speaking in front of a man that his company is in charge of pricing silver or valuing silver for all of the big banks in America. How do you like that? And he is an interesting cat because all week he was insulting all of the speakers until I stood up. His name is Jeff Christensen. Very intelligent person. And he would stand up and say things to the speakers in the middle of their speech and say, and I'm paraphrasing for him, but say things like all the speakers are wrong, silver's not going to go up, exponential, all this stuff. I stood up and I said, I believe that there is a day where an ounce of silver will be worth more than an ounce of gold. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him stand up, and I point, and I snapped. I said, and Jeff Christian, and he stopped, has been right. He sits down. Said up until now, it hasn't gone up. Its true value, in my opinion, hasn't been found. Yet, it's going to be. It's interesting how empires rise and empires fall. They always fall based off the exact same thing. It's actually two things. Their economy falls, and their morality falls. Their morals, they lose their morals. They lose their moral compass. Type 1 if you think that's happening right now in America. We're losing our economy, and we're losing our moral compass. It would make sense that the BRICS nations are forming and getting so much stronger because everyone is watching us as the big bully on the block, and pride has came before a fall. Our country became way too prideful. And I believe, and again, this isn't financial advice, this part's going to be life advice. If you don't own 2 coins, right now this will cost you 2 coins, $60. You tell me you don't got $60, just, I know homeless people that figure out how to get $60. I met homeless people that have 2 ounces of silver. So if you can tell me that you don't got the money, maybe you should go be homeless. Save the money to go have some silver. Because the reason why, and I'm talking about just 2 ounces. 2 ounces is all you need. It will cure what ails you in the financial realm. People like Dave Ramsey say that people that buy this stuff and I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember all the words, but pretty much they're fools. You want to know why? It's because he doesn't make any money selling you this stuff. That's why. So it doesn't create a return. But it's been going up a lot lately. And what's funny is there's some psychological barriers. One of them we're about to hit right now. Maybe even during the live stream of this video. Everyone, what's the price of silver right now? Let me know. Hit me the quotes. Because I think we're at $29.95. And I want to tell you, the American, as a matter of fact, just all humans, once the Dow hits 40,000, people are just going to rejoice. It'll probably happen tomorrow. We have a melt-up situation happening right now. When silver goes to $30 and closes well over 30, 29, we're 4 cents away. Once we close over 30, a whole new news cycle is about to start. Because it's been so long, right? Someone's saying $29.99. If we were at a moment where people were about to lose their minds, I believe this summer is going to be that time. As the world pressure ratchets up. And remember, the definition for the word tribulation is pressure. I think we're going to see people start to really, really lose it this summer. Check this out. Let me just draw out a couple of things here. Silver is the most reflective element on Earth. It reflects about 95% of visible light. Unless you use it in an ultraviolet light, which makes it about as reflective as a stone, it is most effective immediately after placement. Nuggets of pure silver can be found in nature. It's found in copper, zinc ores, as well as horn silver, gold, and copper nickel. Silver iodide has been used to make clouds produce rain in an attempt to control hurricanes. Silver affects the weather. says when silver is processed, sometimes a powerful explosion called silver fulminate can form. I honestly believe there's a moment in time where you're not going to be able to buy this because it's just going to be too darn expensive. No one's going to want to sell it for at a certain price. And I'm curious, as we're about to cross the $30 silver and we're about to cross 1,000 people watching this, I would love it. And this is a question I ask every once in a while. If you don't own silver, just type in I don't. And I'm curious, if you say I don't, would you consider, and type 4 right behind it, buying a couple ounces this week? And the reason why is because I think it's going to change the way you think about economics. Now, people call silver poor man's gold, but I really do want you to understand that I don't think there's anything poor about this. Because when you realize that less than 1% of the world's population owns any of this, well, then how could you be poor by owning something only 1% own? I mean, they talk about the top 1% in finance, don't they? What makes them top 1%? It's because they invest in things differently. They deal with life differently. They protect their wealth differently. I just noticed that Iraq added to its gold holdings. Yet one more central bank that's buying gold, right? Yet just like in that Wall Street Silver post with CNBC, you never see any videos of countries that are holding silver as a strategic reserve. I know there's some out there, but you don't see any of that. You know that not only is silver non-toxic to humans, but in fact, it actually kills some bacteria that, but it doesn't mean you should try eating it, obviously. I mean, colloidal silver is one thing, but we've seen people OD on just about anything in life. But it's antimicrobial. Silver compounds can be absorbed into the circulatory system, and reduced silver can be deposited into various bodily tissues. As a matter of fact, when my mother was given just a handful of weeks to live, that was when the doctors decided to put her on silver treatments. Isn't that nice? Bacteria cannot develop a resistance to silver as they can with antibiotics. Think about that. You know, I truly believe that there are people in this world or companies that actually want to keep us sick. Would you agree with that? Type 3 if you agree with that. And I believe that there are inventions that are coming out right now, discoveries that are going to be using silver to help heal people. But it sounds sad, but it's true. There has to be some kind of revolution. I have been warning people about these hard times, and I believe they're hard times right now. There are a lot of people that don't see hard times. They are seeing their credit card debt going up, their cost of living go higher, their extra money in their bank go lower, yet they don't see these as hard times. I believe these are hard times. I believe there's just enough pressure to keep the average man and woman in this world under enough stress to where you are not able to function normally. You're not able to dream dreams, have the ambitions you used to have a mere 5, 6, or 10 years ago. And I believe one way out of that is to get into God's money. And I say God's money as in the God that created this world, that created silver, created gold. There are personalities on social media that talk about God's money. They don't believe in God. They completely abhor the thought of God and have on record of saying that. So I want to make sure you understand when I say God's money, I'm actually talking about God created this. And I believe it will be the last phase in a total collapse, and it always is throughout the dawn of time. The Romans, the Greeks, the Ottoman Empire, all these different empires that created a fiat currency only to devalue it rapidly. It's this that ends up on top at the end. And then the cycle repeats itself. A new currency is printed because the dollar is never going away. It gets so devalued, they go, let's just start this over again. Let's just change the color of it, like in The Wizard of Oz. Or let's just, change the standard. Do we back it with something? We got it. But this is what ends up. And the sad thing is that this is going into vaults for corporations like Tesla to use it in their batteries. Or it's going in vaults to use in cell phones by Samsung. Wouldn't you like to know, and I'll throw out the Bitcoin idea, right? Wouldn't you like to just say, you know what, I'll just buy a few coins, just a few. Go put them away. I'll go stash them away. So you never know. Someday they're going to be worth something. And instead of going and buying some crap that I don't need, that I'll stop using 6 months from now, or going out to a meal that, hey, I can definitely skip meals. I'm just going to go ahead and buy some silver. I think it will honestly be one of the greatest, or I actually think it will be the greatest deal of your life. Because when you hear these clang together, you feel the resonating frequency, there's something different about it. And just in the palm of my hand as I'm playing with these coins, can you hear them? Type yes if you can. The point being is that it's going to give you a financial education. It's going to open up your eyes or your ears just a little more. And when that happens, you have the opportunity to take in a whole new type of financial knowledge. And that's why I think the 2 silver coins are so important. And then to be able to sit there and look at them and say, I own something that 99% of the world does not. I feel good about myself. Well, that's like that one first step to change. And then all I want you to do is change a little more and a little more. The reason why I got that comment in the beginning, these were tarot card readers and people with no financial education trying to sell people silver 4 years ago. Like, whoever that was is a complete and utter moron. Because it's going up in price. If you bought it 4 years ago, you sell it today, you doubled your money. I know a lot of people on this channel that have emailed me over the years and thanked me for showing them something that doubled their money. But it's a lot more than just the value of it. See, everyone's looking at the monetary value of where they put their money. And sometimes you need to be looking at the cerebral or the mind value. If I spend a little bit of money on something different that I've never done, is it going to open up my eyes to something new? Yes, it will. I became the economic ninja because I became so fascinated with learning about finance, I dove into every market there was. Because I couldn't get enough. I wanted to be fully diversified, not only in my portfolio, but in my understanding of financial markets. Do I know it all? Heck no. Am I going to keep learning? Oh, yeah. And I want all of you to enjoy that. And I will tell you that out of all the things I've ever invested in, out of all the opportunities I've ever had, there's nothing that made me feel more enlightened, more at peace, and more excited than it was like 2008, 2009, when I bought my first ounce of silver when it was $18, whenever that was. It was a 2-ounce hand-poured bar in a pawn shop. And I paid $18 an ounce, which means it was probably about $16 an ounce, the spot price. And I believe you're going to see this go so exponential. And there's still propaganda out there that people are mongering fear that you have to buy a collectible coin because the government's going to come take it. I don't think you understand. And that fear mongering should stop, but it's not, because they can charge you horrible, horrible amounts per coin because it's in a piece of plastic and it's rated. They can charge you 4 times the value of the silver in there because they're fear mongering you. But when the government figures out nobody's got it and they know, who are they going to come take it from? Is it really worth the bad publicity? No. Back in the 30s, everyone had gold. And here's the question. Are you going to be led by fear? Type 5 if you're saying there's no way I'm going to be led by fear. You know, there's some people every once in a while, out of probably every 10,000 comments, I get one comment that says, "You stop telling people to type a number?" No, you should just stop watching the channel. Because I love hearing you speak. I love seeing you speak as I'm talking to you. I want to get some feedback. And I love saying things out loud, declaring things, and making things happen. If you're here to be entertained, this probably is the place for you. But if you're here to go crush it, this is definitely the place for you. I'm not going to lie. Hope you got something out of this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everybody that's signed up for the newsletter, and so we could keep pushing out the videos because some of the social media platforms don't want to. I'll put a link down below. But also, thank you to everybody that just supports the channel just by saying hi. That's it. Appreciate you. Appreciate every single time I meet you. As a matter of fact, this is always a fun one. Type right now where you are watching this. And if you say driving down the highway, do not type it. I always love hearing that. I'm at work. I'm at home. I'm in bed. I'm on the toilet. I'm like, geez, you got to put your phone down sometime. I hope you all have an amazing day. God bless you guys. The Economic Ninja is out.